Welcome to the 7th episode of Schooled.
Welcome to the 7th episode of Schooled.
That's what I just said. Are you
Yep.
mocking me or
I'm
mimicking me?
mimicking you.
On today's episode,
I don't know what you're doing,
I know you don't. I know you
so
don't.
I'm excited to hear it.
On today's episode, I am going to be doing some fun facts about the Pentagon.
Oh, wow, that's going to be interesting.
I thought so. And drumroll.
I'm going to do extremophiles.
I don't know what that means. Can't wait to find
Hopefully you
out.
will. If I do an adequate job.
I was going to say, if I don't know, then you probably didn't explain it very well.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So, before we begin, per usual, I have something to talk about.
All right.
And I will remember this time to ask you if you also have something you'd like to
Okay,
get off your chest.
I do actually have a
Okay, then
topic.
phew, okay, I will ask you.
Okay.
So, I was trying to be maybe you could say like more current, if you will. Cuz you and I are like kind of, I don't want to say losers, but we're in like our own parent bubble shell, and our kids are always saying like words to us that we just don't understand. Like, what do they say? That's fire,
Oh,
or
all
that's
the lingo, yeah.
double. What the
Right.
fork do they say to us?
Yeah, it's fire.
That's the only one I can think of. No,
Loki.
no. Dang it. See, can't remember.
Totes.
Anyway, they're talking a language to us that I'm thinking what they're saying to us is positive, but honestly, I can't quite tell.
Yeah.
So, what I did today as part of my show prep was I Googled trending topics on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I was like, oh, okay, I could do something about a trending topic. So there was a slight hitch in
Is hitch one of the words?
Hitch. If Hitch was one of the words, I could talk about the movie that Will Smith was in, Hitch, all day long.
Right, or a trailer hitch.
Or yeah, sure, trailer hitch. The problem was is that I got back 33 results and I understood what 10 of the results.
Oh my gosh, that's really bad.
Meant. Okay.
I probably would have been worse.
Okay, so here are the 10 that I knew.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure that you will know these as well.
Okay.
The first one, and these are like not really in order, but Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Ice Spice.
I know who Ice Spice is.
TikTok compilation.
I mean, I know what a compilation is.
I understand. I know what TikTok is.
It's like a bunch of the same video,
right?
Like different types of it put together, maybe.
Not sure why that's like a trending topic. I didn't care. YouTube Shorts makes sense. YouTube hashtags makes sense. YouTube automation. Not sure what that means, but I know what YouTube means and I know what automation means. So I didn't go any further on that one.
Sounds like magic, maybe.
Right. Video captions, YouTube ads.
Also magic.
Deep fake AI.
Also magic. All right.
The last one was interesting. YouTube drop shipping.
Okay.
Do you know what drop shipping is?
I mean, yeah, from like a supply chain standpoint.
But I just didn't know what YouTube drop. I was like,
yeah, I don't know what that would be.
But I was like, okay, I know enough about what the word YouTube and the word drop shipping
I don't know how they'd be combined. Like if it said Amazon drop shipping.
Right, that would make more sense. Does YouTube sell things other than content?
I don't think our souls, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. How much would that be worth? Okay, so I took some of the words that I didn't know, and I just wanted to see. I Googled what they were, and I just wanted to see if you knew.
Okay.
Wouldn't it?
I should realize that I'm going to get quizzed on every episode.
Yeah. Are you quizzing me today?
I have questions for you, but they're multiple choice.
Got it. I will just say this is not a quiz because I'm openly admitting that I did not know what any of these words meant. God. Okay.
So I have a huge weight up my chest.
I have plenty of opportunities to make you look stupid because you do dumb things throughout the day. This is not one of them.
Okay, good. Okay. I feel a little better.
Okay, again, not in any particular order. Okay. There were 33 items on the list. I picked these. I don't even remember if I picked 4 or 6. Okay. The first one.
God, I hope I know all of these.
The first one, just a reminder, these are trending topics searched on YouTube. Lo-fi music.
So I think that would be like, it's low fidelity. Low fidelity music.
That is what it
Um,
stands for.
is it like records or?
No, it's like, think like background music. Like when you
Okay.
go into a spa, it's just like real
Okay.
serene
All right.
music, supposed to be like calming.
Yeah.
The exact definition doesn't have the polished studio quality sound of high fidelity
Got it.
recordings. Lo-fi is more raw and embraces imperfections such as ambient noise, static, or the hum of background
Okay.
conversations. So it's like used for like background noise and studying and things
All
like
right.
that. Anyway, so didn't know that.
Do I get partial credit on that one?
Yeah, you know what? Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So half a point. Got it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
I like to level up, so I would like to keep track of my points.
Understood. Understood. The next one, and I'm gonna just spell this for you, is bloxfruits. Blox fruits.
Are those stupid like plastic bubble juice fruits
Ugh.
that one of the kids bought at the mall?
Like from one of those vendor stands, like in
Yeah,
the middle of
and
the
you like
aisle.
bite into this disgusting like BPA laden plastic, and then there's juice squirts all over your mouth.
Right.
Is that it?
Um. No, and I
Okay.
will let you
All right.
decide if this is more or less stupid than that after I tell you what it
Okay.
is. It is named. From Roblox. First of all,
I should have guessed with an X on it.
yeah. They're mysterious fruits that can be found across various locations in the game. When eaten, they grant the consumer a supernatural ability. And different fruits apparently give you different abilities.
All right.
What's even more sad?
Speaking of leveling up, sounds like that's a
Yeah,
another way to level up.
I think that was like the third most searched thing.
Wow.
I know.
I thought the kids said they don't play that Roblox isn't cool anymore. I remember one time they said that, but then they asked for time on it. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
I
good
get I
question.
give up.
I
It
give up
sounds like
too.
we got more of those, so I shouldn't get too hung up on it.
No. Okay, the next one.
All right.
Lanky box. By the way, that's one word.
LankyBox.
LANKYBOX.
Okay. This is real. You're not just messing with me. Okay.
Is it?
LankyBox is something to do with something tall and thin.
No.
All right. I'm all ears.
American comedy duo founded by Justin Croma and Adam MacArthur. He is funny and energetic person. He likes eating food like pizza, fried chicken, especially KFC, and donuts. He also does not want anyone to call him fat or steal his food. Nobody wants that.
Sounds hilarious.
So it's just like, I guess, like a YouTube channel that does different kinds of shows. And I just wrote down two of the shows. Number the first show is Guess the Price.
Okay.
It's where Justin or Adam test different products to try, and they guess the price of those products. Whoever wins gets to play the mystery game on the wheel.
All right. Sounds engaging. I mean, they're probably more successful than we are. So
They are. They have like they were like number 5 or 6.
sounds like we need to get some pointers from them.
We need to do some
LankyBox.
LankyBox. The second game that they play or show that they
I
have.
can guarantee you that they're not having the same conversation about what is schooled.
What is schooled?
They probably are not doing that.
No,
Okay.
no. We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
So
we're still trying to figure that out.
it's a show about nothing,
Pretty much so
pretty
far.
much.
Except for the yeah, okay.
I have fun doing it though.
Me too.
Um, One of their most well-known videos are their zero budget parodies. They used to recreate music videos by using zero budget props, using chip bags as hair and construction paper as
That
backgrounds.
sounds fucking
It's
hilarious,
like
to be honest with
actually
you.
it sounds really
I would
creative.
love to watch that. I probably should watch that.
Okay. All right.
That's like ultra creative to use like
Actually,
just shit laying around the house.
if you're going to really watch something, there's one coming up in a minute that I really think you should watch.
Are you talking to me or the audience?
You.
Oh, okay.
This is in it. The like number 15th most searched thing on YouTube, trending on YouTube for March of 2024 is Riggy.
I don't know.
Riggy.
It sounds like maybe a cartoon character.
It is a cartoon character, and I even have a
Just a good
picture of it. Can
guess.
you see my screen?
It looks like kind of like a blue mouse, maybe.
No suspenders, red shorts.
Okay, there you
So
go, like Mickey.
we did the Mandela effect last two episodes ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Brian asked me was to describe what Mickey Mouse was wearing. And I described it and I was wrong. And apparently, Mickey does not have suspenders holding up his red
No
shorts.
suspenders for Mickey. Did that sound kind of like an outburst?
Just now,
Yeah. it was. It felt like it was.
it's no
The
more,
timing wasn't very good. Maybe
no more of an outburst than what
no suspenders for Mickey.
no, no more of an outburst than what I had when you told me that Mickey wasn't wearing any suspenders.
Okay, that's good.
I was
Thanks
like,
for letting me off the hook.
bullshit. No, I
Yeah.
didn't
So
really say that.
Rigby, or is that what it is?
So listen, he's a mascot of basically a YouTube creator. Danny draws.
Man, we need to take
Dano draws.
some serious freaking notes from these people.
Right?
Like, why don't we have a freaking cartoon mouse?
I don't know, but you know that we could. Would we put suspenders on him? We should put suspenders on him just to be like,
Just so we're way different.
yeah,
It'll set us apart.
yeah. So one of the episodes is where is Riggy hiding his kidneys from the mafia?
Sounds really funny. People are so creative.
They're so creative. So okay, all right. So I have two more,
Okay.
and I think this is the one
I
that
was really hoping I'd know some of these, but
I was so just befuddled is the best word. Like when I was looking we were sitting at one of our girls' basketball games, and I was reading these, and I was like, I don't
we're
know
so out of touch.
what any of this
Yeah, we're
means.
so out of touch with
So,
what the Utes
you,
of America, what the Utes of America are watching and thinking about.
okay. All time, one word.
Okay.
It's a YouTuber that makes videos on all strange, mysterious, scary, and entertaining topics.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. The first video, okay, so and then I went and I clicked on his channel. You're never gonna guess what the very first video that popped up was.
Mandela effect.
Yes!
Shut the front door.
I can't. The Mandela effect.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That was the one he did most recently?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
2 weeks ago.
interesting.
So we should link to him, right? Because he's got like 3. Oh,
Is
also,
that like some sort of that's like a synchronicity or something? It's not really in a Mandela effect, but like
no, that's not the
it's
definition of a
weird that the
Mandela
least
effect.
it's just weird that the one of the most popular shows on YouTube and the one of the least popular shows on YouTube have the same topic. That's all I'm saying.
Right. It was very, very interesting. And
I
also,
feel like that's special in its own way.
babe, he has a membership. You have to pay a membership for his YouTube channel.
Dang. That's
And
amazing.
I don't know what the membership does because I was able to see his videos. So I'm not,
Maybe it's like a do you have to pay it to watch?
I don't
Or is it like a
know because
subscription?
I saw some,
You probably get extra content or something if you do the membership. That's my guess.
no idea.
That's awesome though.
Okay.
Great minds think alike.
Okay. Should write him a letter. Let him know. All right, the last one. I'm going to spell this one for you. Phonk. Phonk.
Okay. I have no idea.
Dang it. I was actually thinking that you might know this one because
Phonk.
it has to do with music.
I mean, I know what funk music is, but not phonk.
Phonk. It is a subgenre of hip hop and trap music, which I also had to Google what trap music was, directly inspired by the 1990s Memphis rap.
Okay.
And then when I was doing this, I was wondering if they were involved in the East Coast, West Coast rap battle haiku thing that we talked about 3 or 4
Seriously.
episodes ago.
Well, if it was Memphis,
That's what
I
they were
kind of
right
left.
in the middle.
Yeah, I kind of left out like
Maybe.
Nelly and anybody that's neutral in the middle of the United States.
So maybe back in the 1990s, they were writing their own rap haikus, trying to get them to see that they're all just
Probably. What is trap?
okay.
I think I know what it is, but I want to.
Trap music, and you can tell me if this clarifies what trap music is after I read this, okay? The genre gets its name from the Atlanta slang term trap house.
Yes.
A
Trap
house
house.
used to exclusively sell drugs.
Yep, that's what I thought it was. I knew a trap house. I didn't, so I assumed trap music was like druggy music.
Okay, so
But I've never heard it, so I have no idea. But trap house is where I was going with that.
okay, so
I didn't want to say it first because it was going to make me look like I have major problems.
you do have major problems, but not because of that. So for my research today, so just like a little secret, I don't know if this is secret or whatever, but while Brian are preparing for our podcast episodes, we don't talk to one another because too much of this, you know how they say too much of something is a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah,
I just don't want to like get sick of
I wear
talking.
you out. It's
Yeah,
cool. I get it.
you're
I
exhausting,
I,
especially
I
when you've
babble
had your
about
Starbucks coffee
I
that's
babble
sitting right
about
over there.
whatever.
Yeah. So we don't talk to one another. So what we do is we play music really loud throughout the house, basically to drown out anything that he's going to say to me. So
It's pretty effective.
I say all of
It's
this
almost like you miss me when we start the show.
almost.
Yeah, so it
I
works.
say all of this to say that one of the bands, the only one that I heard of that is this phonk
Yeah.
genre, is 3 6 Mafia.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Well, I was playing them
Hmm.
over the
I
house.
heard that.
I don't know if you knew any of those songs, though.
They're. I mean, I know a little bit. It's not like stuff I listen to a lot, but I do think they're pretty cool.
Okay. It was just to me.
They seem
It was
nostalgic.
fine.
They seem nostalgic to me.
Okay.
They're like from
Okay. All right.
the
That babe,
heyday.
babe. So that was basically my dive into trying to be trendy. It failed miserably because of what I wanted to do was I wanted to say, oh, a trending topic is the newest Lululemon line and be
Right, and
like,
you know everything about it. See, kids, I'm cool. Look at.
no, I am
Oh, I thought
not
you
cool.
weren't trying to be
But I
cool.
just wanted to talk about it and see what the kids are talking about it and like be able to relate to them. Not that
Right.
this show is like really made for kids, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, they're it's like talking a different language sometimes.
Totally. So,
Speaking of which,
yes.
what a great segue.
Wow, I didn't even know I was segueing.
Can I hop into my topic?
Sure.
Or not the extremophiles one, the one that I'm bringing to the table that's just like your everyday observational like semi humor.
Okay.
Hopefully it's funny, maybe not. I
Okay.
don't know.
I'll let you know.
All right. Trivia. I am going to present you with some trivia to help me be a better boyfriend.
Oh, fuck.
All right? So,
Wait, and
the
you said this was multiple choice?
it is.
Okay. What if, okay.
So the premise behind it. So it's going to be real hard for you because you're going to have to listen to all the options before you answer.
Okay.
All right. So the premise behind it is that sometimes I feel like women in general um think the men in their lives are like extensions of their arms, legs, and thoughts. Okay?
Yeah. Can you give me an example?
like well, I think the questions will kind of
Okay.
help with that because I want to go through them all because they're specific. Each question has a specific purpose to help me be better.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't want to like go over one twice or something
Okay.
lame like that.
Okay.
So, anyways, that mentality like puts me in kind of a pickle sometimes because I
Hmm.
think this is happening, but really like I'm in proximity, a certain proximity of you, and I should be doing something else maybe.
But babe, I'm never trying to set you up for failure.
Okay. I know you say that. All
Okay.
right. Question number one has to do with trash duties.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I'm going to read these because, like I said, they're very carefully
Okay.
written.
Okay.
How many pounds of stuff do I need to be carrying from the garage and through the kitchen before you take a pass on asking me to throw something away for you in the outside trash can? A, 20 pounds. B, some combination of pounds / how full my hands are. C, I should not have to ever ask you because anything that belongs in the trash should already be in the trash. D, if you looked busier, I would not ask you to throw something away. And E, pounds are not important because you should always literally drop everything I need if something needs to be thrown away. And F is other.
Okay. may I ask a situational question?
Sure.
What am I doing while you're taking the
Okay.
trash out?
You know what? I did want to clarify that. So all of these questions, this isn't like you eating bonbons on the couch. Okay.
Okay.
I'm really glad you brought that up. And I actually think I
Okay.
clarify on the next one.
Okay.
This is like, these are all things where you are legitimately like doing things for the family,
Okay.
our
Thank you.
kids, you, me, family, important stuff, right? Like you're not just like watching soaps.
Okay.
All right. So like, you're doing your hustle bustle, I'm
Okay.
doing some hustle bustle, and then I'm walking through the kitchen. I'll set it up better for the next question. I'm walking through the kitchen with like I'm picturing like a whole bunch of stuff like that I got from the store or whatever, and you're like, "Will you throw this out for me?"
Okay.
And
Well, I
so,
have a real answer based on a real
is
situation.
it A through F? Is it one of A through F?
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
I'm
I'm not
ready.
going to say the number, but I'm going to tell the situation
Sure.
and tell you what was going on in my mind.
All right.
Is that I had 2 cardboard boxes sitting by the garage door that needed to go out into the recycle for like 3 days. And sometimes I just like see if stuff
Oh
magic
shit. I
magic
don't remember this at all.
magically makes its way from where it is to where it's supposed to be without
Okay.
me having any effort. So I would which one was everything in the garage, everything that needs to go in the trash should just already be in the
That
trash.
is that is C.
See,
I should never have to I should not ever have to ask because anything that belongs in the trash should already be in the
that's my
trash.
answer.
All right. Thank you. See, this is going to help me improve.
You're great.
The second question,
Okay. How many questions are there?
30. Just
Fuck.
kidding, there's 4.
Okay.
Needing a hand with something. This is the topic.
Okay.
You need a hand with something. I need this. Will you grab that? Will you go upstairs and grab that or talk to the kids?
Okay.
How far away from you do I need to be before you no longer consider me to be an extension of your arms and legs? And then I just put in parentheses here, or, I know that the limit is somewhere around the same floor of the house, but it seems like it is more than that sometimes, and I gave you some examples. So here are your multiple choice questions. It
Okay.
goes up to E this time.
Okay.
A, same floor of the house.
Mm-hmm.
B, 1 mile radius from the house.
Mm-hmm.
C, if you looked busier, I would not ask you to do anything. D, should the distance even be a factor? Do you also love me less the farther you are away from me? Why is this even a question? You better think, boy.
All right. Go on.
E is other.
Oh, okay.
So you
Gotcha.
you do have an option to like throw something else.
Oh boy. Okay. Real life situation. I think I know why you're doing this. It's because
Really?
yeah, my in my mind, you are an extension of me if I can text you and have you do something.
I have that. That's the next question.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then I'll answer that specific to this, like needing you to physically do something. Um I like D a lot. But I'm gonna go with C
Did you need me?
again.
Oh, okay. C, which is if you looked busier, I would not ask you to do anything. So that trumps. Should the distance even be a factor? Do you also love me less the farther you are away from me? Why is this even a question? You better think, boy. All right. Question number 3. This is about bug killing.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, right.
If I am in the basement and you text or yell to me to tell me that there's a bug upstairs, how long should I look for it before asking you to narrow down my search? A, right away, you are a dumbass for not asking follow-up questions if you need more info. B, give it a go for 5 or 10 minutes and then ask me for more detail, but be sure to understand that you failed the test first. C, I would not ask you if you looked busier. D, the bug should not be there to begin with if you sprayed the outside of the house like I asked you to do, so find it yourself. E, other.
Okay.
Sorry.
No
Let me
worries.
compose myself.
No worries. Um, Here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you to kill a bug even if you're walking 45 pounds of trash out to the garage and
Understood.
it is in my direct location or not. But I will also hopefully immediately tell you where said bug is.
But
So
that
my
happens sometimes. That's why I'm asking the question. If it wasn't confusing, I wouldn't be asking.
So what you're saying is that I scream that there's a bug somewhere,
Yes.
and then I'm just
Like
like,
there's a bug up there.
there's a bug.
And so my question is when do I ask for additional guidance?
Immediately, just do it with, I would
So
say some sensitivity because I have just seen a bug.
okay, so A, right away you're a dumbass for not asking follow-up questions if you need more info. Got it.
Yeah.
Last questions.
Okay.
Needing advice. This
Oh.
is anything to do with needing advice.
Okay.
When asking for my thoughts on the following topics, how much of the information that I provide do you actually listen to or consider? This will help me determine what I should put the most energy on going forward.
Okay.
The answers for each of these categories are 0%, 25%, 50%, 100%. I would not ask you for your opinion if you looked busier or other. We clear?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm answering for each one of these.
So then I'm going to throw out some categories, and I just gave you the multiple choice
Okay.
for it. So it's 0, 25, 50, 75,
Understood.
100.
Okay.
If you looked busier, I wouldn't be even asking you or other.
Okay.
Home design
Oh.
choices.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's it.
yeah,
Oh.
like so when you ask me my opinion on it, how much are you listening to / considering what I actually say?
Um, I am asking you as a courtesy, and my answer will be 0.
That's what I would have guessed too. So I'm gonna also tell you what I think to see
Okay.
how close we are.
Should we hold up boards?
I wish I would have wrote them down before. Like,
Okay.
and the answer is I was way off. Okay.
My telling you about home design is me prepping you for a home design
I
project.
understand.
Okay.
2, dinner planning for the next week.
Okay. Oh,
You let me explain how this works. So you're I give you a topic.
yeah.
I know it's different than the other one. So I give you like here's a topic of something we talk about where you asked for my opinion, and I'm asking what percent of
Yeah.
do you actually listen to
Do,
or consider when I in my answer?
or do I even want your feedback?
Right. But this is after you ask.
Dinner
So
plans. I will say 25%, and here's why, is just in case we have a kid activity and I shouldn't be planning a dinner that evening.
okay, I see. I
Mhm.
thought you were gonna say more because I complain if it's like I like food. I'm like a foodie person.
No, I think that you've given me plenty of feedback about what to cook and the amount to cook. And I think that I have, like you, are going to take my answers to heart. I have taken your answers to heart.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So 25%. I would have guessed 50, but
Oh, sorry.
plans for today or tomorrow.
Oh, um, that one's pretty high just because, like, well, here, if you say we have nothing planned, meaning no kid
Right.
activities, um, then maybe like a 25.
Okay.
If we have kid activities, then I'll give you like 100.
Sure. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. Opinions on work scenarios.
Well,
So
what
you
did you
have
think my answer was going to
oh,
be?
on that one, I didn't think about it as much as you. I liked your answer better than mine.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like opinions on work scenarios. You're like, hey, this happened at work. What do you think?
Okay. 75.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I better see now this is helping me because I
Uh-huh.
need to put more energy into that one
Yeah.
and less energy into telling you what tile to pick out for the kitchen.
No, don't even like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that you are very professional and have very good advice, and because you don't do the same thing as me, but you come across the same situations as me.
All right. That's great. Style choices?
Like about what? Like clothing?
Yeah. Let me just stop you right there. This is a trick question because I would never answer a style question. I'm not that stupid.
I thought
Okay.
you were gonna say like if you say I look pretty wearing something.
Right. Well, that was it. Like you go, do I look pretty in this or this? Like I'm gonna say both. I mean, what am I, a fucking idiot?
Right. I mean, I come
Right.
out in flannel pants and use.
Yeah, and I truly believe that you're beautiful in anything. All right, so number 6, last category. Any question that starts with "Would you rather?"
Wait, from me or from you? From you.
No, this is you asking me
Okay.
the question, and then
Okay.
you're telling me what percent you listen to
Um,
my answer.
25.
Okay, that's about what I thought. All right, so I got to focus more on no opinions
Work
about work
opinions.
opinions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow, babe, did you learn something about us today? You, me, Leonard?
Kind of.
Okay. You still love me, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know that I can really go into my super serious topic about the Pentagon after that. That was so fun. I'd rather do that for another hour.
I mean, I can come up with more questions for a part 2 if you'd like.
Part two would be great.
All right. Compose yourself, girl. Let's get this going. Talk about the Pentagon.
I'm here today to give you some facts about the Pentagon.
Wow. This is serious shit.
Here's why I chose this topic. And I didn't tell you what topic I was doing prior to the show, which I normally do. And I chose it because
Is it because it's top secret?
I didn't think that
Because the Pentagon's top secret?
you would think that I would choose this topic.
I didn't think you were going to pick this.
And I like keeping you on your toes. And I was hoping that I would find all kinds of conspiracy theories about the Pentagon that I could talk about today because I like when we talk about the Mandela effect and alternate universes and just weird shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to do that today because I
Sure.
was feeling whatever
Yeah,
this means.
yeah.
This is how I was feeling.
Right. That's going to be a question on the next quiz, by the way, is when you do this, what does it mean? Okay.
But the only thing I really could find was a whole bunch of conspiracy theories about whether or not the plane hit the Pentagon in 9/11.
Yeah.
And I'm not really into that because a plane hit the fucking Pentagon.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
And I was just like, I don't even really want to talk about that.
Yeah. When you said conspiracies, I was hoping it would be like, here's things that they do that nobody knows about. Not
That's
like,
the problem.
right.
Nobody knows about them. So I didn't really find a ton, but I did find the research about the Pentagon to be
Okay.
interesting. So
First of all, you realize we're under surveillance now because you're talking about the Pentagon.
I Googled so many weird things in the last
It's probably
2
really
hours
scary.
that I am 100%.
You're definitely
I'm
under.
100%
There's probably FBI sitting
positive.
out our house right now. They're checking to see if you always do your taxes. It's terrible.
Right. God, I need to go do my taxes.
We got time.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to give you the facts that I did find, and maybe some of them are interesting, maybe some of them you knew, but either way, I unfortunately don't really have any like conspiracy theories to
Yeah,
tell
it's
you.
another
I'm
episode.
just gonna.
I think the building itself is fascinating.
It's so
yeah,
fascinating.
this is going to be great. I mean, it has 5 sides. It's crazy.
Oh, because is that what Pentagon means? Just kidding.
I
That's
don't
your
know.
first fact about the Pentagon.
We
It
just
has
blew
5
everybody's
sides.
minds. Hold on, you guys. Compose yourselves. We got more.
Okay.
There's more where that came from.
Okay, that's my topic. Let's do extremism. Or what was yours again?
Extremophiles.
Whatever. Okay. So the Pentagon is the world's largest office building. It is 6.6 million square feet.
Wow.
And one of the things they used to kind of, I guess, put that in perspective, because you're always like, oh, you know how they say, like, you could fit 6 football fields in here. It's like is they said it took as much, they could put 3 statues of liberty, whatever, in there. And I was like, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty, so it doesn't really mean anything to me.
It's pretty fucking big.
But here's what did mean something. There's 17 miles of hallways.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I found something that said they give their employees like those motorized scooter things to like get around.
The 2-wheel things where they stand on them?
It just said motorized.
Oh, that's okay. Either way, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
17 miles. That's massive.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's the stuff above ground. There's probably 50 floors below the ground. Okay, I'll shut up.
It began construction in 1941, and it was finished in 16 months. So in 1943, it was fully constructed. So the need for
1943, you said?
So
it was finished in
43.
Cool. Interesting. I thought it was later than that.
So before that, there were like 17 different office buildings that held all of the Department of Defense, because in case I didn't already say, that's what the Pentagon is. It's all branches of the military are there in the Department of Defense.
Okay.
So now they're all in one building.
All right.
So they say.
Mm-hmm.
So basically in 1941, Roosevelt was like, holy shit, Hitler's army is marching across Europe. we need to consolidate all of our commands into one central building. And so the reason that it's shaped like a pentagon was because, and this, by the way, I just want to say that I found a lot of things that say it's not shaped like a pentagon because of the reason I'm about ready to give to you.
Okay.
But it's like all just conspiracy. And I don't really know that I give into things like that very
Sure.
easily. So they say that it's shaped like a pentagon because the original location for it was like the land that they had. They needed to build it as big as they possibly could. So they had to build it like up against a highway and all this stuff. So they had to have it shaped like that. But it looks like a fucking fortress. Like,
Yeah.
so it's got to be something more like that to me. But and then the original site of land that they were going to build it on, they actually had to move it for reasons that I don't remember. I didn't write it down. So, but that's why. And then they just kept the original drawings.
All right.
And so it's shaped like a pentagon and it has 5 sides, like you said. So it has 5 floors above ground and it has 2 floors, so they say. I'm just kidding, say that. Below ground. There's 26,000 employees, and obviously this could go up or down, depending on. But it
So
can,
they say.
so they say. But it's like the max it can have 40,000 people
All right.
working there, which is a lot of
It's a
people.
lot of people.
I found something that said that it was originally built with no elevators or no general purpose elevators.
Wow.
So and there was so that people could it's a security measure to ensure that workers could move quickly and efficiently between floors without waiting for an elevator. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Can I talk about the 2 floors underneath? So in the
Wait, you can, but can you do it in a minute when I get to that part?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Because you think I'm not going to talk about the 2 floors underneath.
No, I'm glad because I have an important fact that I'd like to give.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm also looking forward to the topic coming up.
Okay, so the layout of the Pentagon, like most people have seen, it looks like it's been sliced in like 5 different sections,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's the innermost ring, and then there's like 1, 2, 3, and then the outermost ring.
Mm-hmm.
They're labeled from, they're called like the A something
Ring.
ring.
I don't
Yeah, I'll
know.
go with
I
ring.
understand what you're saying though.
And then the outermost one is called E.
Okay.
So the A and the E ring, for lack of a better word, are they're bulletproof, blast resistant. They have Kevlar panels in them,
Wow.
just like as
It makes sense.
yeah.
So
That's
this is the inner one and the outer one. The middle ones probably don't have all that.
right. No,
So they say.
right. That's true. So it's pretty secure over there.
Yeah.
Um, so and then in the middle, everyone knows there's like this common ground area.
Yep.
So I found this article that there used to be a building in the middle of it that was a hot dog stand.
I've heard this before, but please continue.
But okay, well then you can add on if you know anything. During the Cold War, the Russians thought it was like this place to go to, like a secret underground bunker, which it may fucking be. And they made
Yeah,
it just
right.
said it was a hot dog stand. And they said that at all times during the Cold War, the Russians had 2 missiles aimed at it, like just like ready to launch.
Oh my gosh.
And it turns out it was just a hot dog stand. They said, according to legend, the Pentagon's center courtyard, crowds of military and civilian officials would gather at the same time every day around a small building, which
but it was really to get hot dogs.
there was gonna hot dog.
That's all I heard. My history teacher said told us that story once in high school. Very memorable.
Yes. So, what's in the basement?
Well, I watched a movie called it's a fictional movie, just for the record, but it's called Spies Like Us. It has Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase in it.
Holy moly, they did a lot of movies together.
And yes, they did. And Chevy Chase,
because they also did that one movie called Nothing But Trouble that we talked about
right,
in our last episode.
That's right. We
which
did
is
talk
a
about that.
must-watch movie.
Yeah. So Chevy Chase works at the Pentagon, and he's basically like a peon that they make work underground. But it looks like he's way more than 2 stories underground.
Okay.
That's all. And that movie wouldn't have lied. So
Sure.
I feel like there's more than two stories.
Sure.
That was my contribution.
Okay. Thanks, babe.
Are you going to cut it out or?
Okay, so that's what you think is in the basement,
Yeah, because
according to this movie.
yeah, which has to be true.
Here's what also has to be true.
Okay.
According to David Grush, and here are his credentials. I had to write them down because I'm going to say these words and it
Yeah.
means absolutely nothing to me. Veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office.
Yeah.
Says,
NRO.
okay, yes.
I know David Grush too. So.
Okay. Says that he represented both organizations of the US government and a task force studying unidentified aerial phenomena. He says that he has been in the basement. I don't know if this is the first floor of the basement or second floor of the basement, lovingly called F and G rings. I don't know if they're called rings, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he has talked to people that have the craft, and they're claiming to also have the actual dead specimens of pilots.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one.
He actually said non-human biologics.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it was in the news.
Okay.
It was really interesting.
So I also found this quote from Donald Trump, which I thought was funny. And this is like when I think of like, oh, going underneath the Pentagon, I think of Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they go down like into that elevator and they come
Yeah.
out and there's just like the people scientifically working on things. That's what I think
Yeah.
of.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I found this quote from Donald Trump, and I'm going to have to read it. It says, when I became president, I had a meeting at the Pentagon with lots of generals. They were like from a movie, better looking than Tom Cruise and stronger. And I had more generals than I've ever seen. And we were at the bottom of this incredible room. As I said, this is the greatest room I've ever seen. I saw more computer boards than I think they make today. So basically, what he's kind of referring to is like the war room that you've seen in
Yeah.
like movies. And it's just like, it's just kind of cool to
That's
have a
cool.
president
Yeah.
actually say that this like
Right.
room exists.
Yeah, they probably didn't show him the non-human biologics
No, he's
because
kind of a loose
he's kind of a
cannon.
loose cannon.
I
If
don't
they're
think
trying to keep that secret, they probably.
that's probably the last
Yeah.
president they would show that to.
Right.
So there's also tons of underground tunnels.
No doubt.
No doubt. One of them is called Raven Rock, and it's basically where
And this is like real, right? This
this is
isn't
actually
conspiracy.
real.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that it's where they'll take all the high-ranking officials if something goes really, really
Okay.
bad. So all the rest of us
That
can
makes
just,
sense. I believe that exists.
yeah, yeah. And then what they said was that there was metro stations leading up to um, the Pentagon that were built in the 1940s, and then they were reconstructed into office space in like the 80s. Hmm.
Okay.
So the thing is, the really frustrating thing for me about doing the Pentagon is it's so cool because it's part of American history. But it's so frustrating because there's like so much unknown
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
26,000 people. What the fuck are they doing?
Right.
Okay. I forgot to mention they have their own power plant, their own water purification system, and 5 food courts in this thing.
Wow.
Basically, it's just meant to be people can stay there and they're like self-sustaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
If there's an emergency.
But it's still really frustrating doing this thing because I thought it was cool and I'm never going to be able to say, "Oh, there's evidence that they do this."
Because we'll never know.
We'll never
We'll
know.
never know anything.
I did watch several YouTube videos about like this like director of budget guy was like basically there's like a black budget
Sure.
where
Is he the one that lost a couple $1 trillion in spending?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
No, they can't account for like trillions of dollars worth of stuff that they spend money on.
Of course, was it part of the black budget?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's just like given all kinds of different names. And he said a bunch of the names were just called tractor and then something after it, but they won't say like
Sure.
what it is.
Yeah, on like one hand, it's like, okay, I'm glad that they are investing money into this stuff. On the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, it's like,
But like, who are the
what are
people?
you really? What are we getting for this?
Who are the people that get to know? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's where it gets real. That's where it gets really tricky.
It's mind-boggling.
Hmm.
Like I can't
It's probably
imagine.
not the president even,
And this is probably
right?
why. No, it's definitely
Because
not the
like
president.
you said, they're not going to tell Donald Trump like, yeah, we've got aliens.
Like the thing that boggles my mind the most is like I don't keep any secrets from you, and like having a job like that, and then coming home
That'd
to
be that'd be
a
that'd be really
family.
rough.
Oh,
Yeah,
how was your day, honey? And you can't say anything.
yeah. You're like good, and then what's for dinner?
Right.
Right? Yeah, that'd be rough.
Yeah. Okay, that was mine.
Awesome. That was really good. There's one thing about the Pentagon that you didn't say that I remember
Tell
reading
me.
about. Well, it's not really about the building, but there's a sculpture in the middle of the courtyard now that
Okay.
that they had like a famous sculptor do. But the guy is like he's like famous for being a cryptologist, which is like code writing and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And the last time I read something about it was probably 10 years ago, but there's four different types of code built into the sculpture, and there's pictures of it on the internet, and you can actually get like, you don't have to go there, you can figure out what it is, but there's nobody had cracked the final code yet, so
Hmm.
they're like they got
What were the
increasingly
first? Do you know what
harder.
the first four were?
It was like riddles,
Hmm.
like think national treasure. That's what it sounded
Going
like,
back to our very first episode,
you know what I
National
mean?
Treasure. Hmm.
But it was really interesting. It was
Or that one Tom Hanks
it
movie,
sounded like a really creative person that can do sculpture and was really good with.
Illuminati. What was it?
Which one?
The
Sorry.
Tom Hanks movie. Um,
Oh, Angels and Demons.
yeah.
That's actually where I found out about it, because the author referenced um, that that sculpture in one of his books. That's
Okay.
that's how I found Dan Brown's the author.
Okay.
He did Angels, Demons, Da Vinci Code, and then there was one about cryptology.
Cool.
Anyways, all right. So here's the train. Are we doing the train noise yet?
Well,
Burp,
the
burp.
fact that you were able to come up with a train when I didn't even tell you what my topic was, I'm impressed. So, first of all, I like your train noise.
I would like it to be like a.
So, what's your train of thought from my topic to yours
But
that you
like
obviously
coming out.
came up with in the
I want it
last?
to be going out of the station, like.
Okay. Should there be a whist? Do they blow a whistle when they go out?
Sure,
Okay.
if they're having a good day.
Should we say
Okay.
all aboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's find that too.
Okay.
This is going to be great. I can't wait to hear the train whistle on this episode. All right, so you wouldn't give me a topic when I asked,
Sorry.
and I said that sounds really extreme. Like, come on.
And then we had a fight and
I don't remember that part, but
oh.
I remember that bacteria can live under some extreme conditions sometimes.
Okay.
And so I decided to do a topic on them, which because they're called extremophiles.
The bacteria are?
Yeah, it's a type of there's bacteria, and well, let me just dig right in. This is a good segue into my topic,
Okay.
that train. So definition of an extremophile. It's from Latin extremus meaning extreme, obviously, and the Greek word phyla, meaning love, is an organism that is able to live, or in some cases even thrive, in the most extreme environments. So it's not just bacteria; it's organisms.
I have questions, but I wanted to tell you because I typically yell them out at this point, and then you get mad at me and you keep telling me that you should.
Environments with conditions. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm my point was is I'm going to hold my
Okay,
questions.
I might even answer some of them.
I don't think you will.
Okay. Environments with conditions approaching or expanding the limits of what known life can adapt to, such as temperature, radiation, pH balance. Don't hold back.
More questions.
It's gonna be so lame if you hold back.
All right. My question is: are these the types of bacteria that survived, like the nuclear blast that killed the dinosaurs?
Um, I don't. Was it a nuclear bomb
I'm
killed the
saying,
dinosaurs?
sorry, I'm saying,
I got to do another topic on that because I always thought it was a meteor or the tar pits. I never heard about the nuclear bomb. but I do. But understanding what you were trying to ask, and I was just being a jerk. I do have one of the extremophiles that can live in radiation.
Okay.
So just hold your horses, girl, young lady. I don't know.
That's the name of the organism?
Oh, I see what you did there. You're throwing it right back on me. Okay. History of discovery of these things.
Awesome.
So you were probably thinking, besides the nuclear bomb killing off the dinosaurs, you were probably also thinking, when
Yeah.
did people find out about these things, Brian? Well, I'm here to tell you
And
that
where? And what was the temperature? And do Eskimos know about these?
in the 1980s and 90s, biologists discovered that microlobial life can display astonishing flexibility when it comes to living in extreme conditions. Most extremophiles are also microorganisms like fungi, fungi,
Fungi?
algae,
I don't know.
fungi, algae, bacteria,
Whoa. Why are we not getting Julian on the phone?
and especially archaea. Archaea.
I thought you weren't going to do any more
It's
topics that had.
Archaea. Oh my god! As soon as when I was writing this, these are the hardest pronunciations ever. So I was like, I guess I
in
already.
in last week's episode, Brian declared that he was not going to do any more topics where he couldn't pronounce the words.
Yeah. Well, I fucked up. So you might be saying archaea. I've heard of bacteria and microorganisms, but what's archaea? Oh, archaea are a group of microorganisms that are similar to but evolutionary distinct from bacteria. So not quite bacteria.
Okay.
But if you think bacteria for this topic, you're going to be fine. Just think little stuff.
Little
Little
stuff
stuff that you have to use a microscope.
that we came from?
What are some types of extremophiles, you might be asking?
What I am.
Some live in very high temperatures. They're called thermophiles. One such example, this is where it's going to get really ugly because these are like nasty words. All
Okay.
right. Prilobus fumari. This this thermophile, archeon, was discovered in a black smoker chimney at the mid-Atlantic ridge. So black smoker chimney is actually like it's the mid-Atlantic ridge is underwater. Black smoker chimney is where volcanic material comes up in these like very hot thermal vents.
Holy moly. I thought this was like a chimney in a
I know, that's
cabin
what
in like
so did
Vermont.
I. That's why I wanted to you thought it was something in a trap house, a black smoker chimney. It's like, yeah, it sounds like a drug thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Could have
All
been.
right. Sorry, I digress. It can survive temperatures of up to 113 degrees Celsius. And I said the Celsius first because we don't know what that means. But it's 235 degrees Fahrenheit. That's crazy.
Okay. I was
And
gonna say like times three, but I
it
guess
can
it's
it
not
can
time.
survive that.
Okay.
It can survive that.
That's really
So
hot.
it makes it one of the most extreme thermophiles known. Another one, Aquifex aeolicious.
Mm-hmm.
Aeolicious. I thought that was a
Mm-hmm.
funny one. That was the main reason I picked it. There's hundreds of these things,
Oh,
but this
okay.
one I picked
We
based
don't
on
go
name.
through all of them, do we?
No, I'm gonna try and make it not as boring as fuck. You know, this bacterium is found in hot springs and hydrothermal vents. It can grow to temperatures ranging from 85 to 95 degrees Celsius. It's about 203 degrees Fahrenheit.
So some of them like wet, some of them like dry. Which one of these is gonna eat my face off?
I've only gotten to the hot ones. So there's so much more to learn.
Okay.
I didn't go into a lot of flesh eating ones.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that was high temperature. Low temperature ones are psychrophiles. Okay. Chlamydomonas nivalis. Just roll with it. This
Mm-hmm.
single-celled green algae is commonly found in snow and ice environments where it contributes to the phenomenon known as watermelon snow due to its red pigmented chloroplasts. It is adapted to survive and photosynthesize in extreme cold conditions. So I'm going to skip some of these because this is going to get real old if you're not asking me questions.
Well, is one of them not gonna eat my face off?
None of them that I know. I mean, I wouldn't want any of these things on me, to be honest with you.
No.
Like, I don't.
It just so far it seems like they kind of just like
They like these other environments, though, so they probably wouldn't live on us.
right.
You know. All right. So the next one so I went through hot, cold. This one is extremely high atmospheric pressure barophiles. All right. So let me tell you about a little guy named Maury Tella Ye on Anosi.
Mm-hmm.
Anosi, yeah.
Hmm.
Moritella yeanosi. This bacterium
Who
was isolated.
names these things?
It's all like Latin root stuff, like so scientists do.
Okay.
It makes sense to them probably,
Okay.
and I get it. There's so many things they got to like be very specific about how they name it. I just won't ever understand.
No.
This bacterium was isolated from the depths of the Mariana Trench, sorry,
Okay.
11 kilometers or 7 miles deep.
I thought we couldn't go that far.
That's
And
what's crazy. This bacterium can get that.
but how did we get there?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
They
I thought like you can only go a certain amount because like the amount of pressure.
yeah.
I was watching Megalodon and that taught me that. Is that
Is
you
that the movie about the giant shark?
Mhm. The Meg? Oh, the Meg. Yeah. You can only
Awesome.
go so low. It's got there. I mean,
So, I
it's got
mean,
to be based on science, right?
I love that we learn our facts from Spies Like Us and the Meg
Mhm.
or Megalodon or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can only go so low because otherwise the pressure literally will just you'll explode.
So that's an extremophile because they can live in where no human would ever want to go. Okay.
Okay.
So it's adapted to high pressure conditions. It has been studied for its unique adaptations to extreme environments.
Would you call them agoraphobic?
I forgot what that is.
Oh, it's like you socially you don't seek social situations.
I don't know. There might be lots of stuff down there that we don't know about. Maybe they're the most
Like the
friendly.
Meg.
Maybe they're the most anti-agoraphobic people bacteria there is. I don't know. Is
Okay.
that a thing?
I don't
All
know.
right. So salty conditions. I'm skipping through like so much of this. I can't believe I spent so much time writing down these different
You
examples.
learned so much.
Salty conditions. Halophiles. All right. So this young lady, Halobacterium, is a genus of archaea commonly found in highly saline environments such as salt flats and salt lakes. They are often red or pink in color due to the presence of pigments such as bacteria hodosphine. Halobacterium species are capable of using light as energy sources and are known for their ability to survive environments with salt concentrations approaching saturation.
So how do we kill it?
It's
I
insanely
want to kill
salty.
this bitch.
I guess take it out of salt.
All right. Oh, that seems
It didn't
really
go.
easy.
There's not a lot about destroying life in the articles that I read. Sorry,
Okay.
babe.
Well,
I should. One of my next questions to be a better boyfriend is: do you want me to veer my topics towards destruction of life or facts about life?
well,
And I'm learning
you know how like when you get like a spray bottle and it says on there it kills 99.9% of bacteria. What is the one it's not killing?
that these things these things apparently are hard to kill. There's the craziest one I say for last. All right, low pH environments was just acidic. You remember what pH balance is?
Yes, the blue
You
or
got
the
your
yeah,
you got your like lemon
5 or
juice, and then
7 or
you
something.
put your little stick in there, and juice makes it like pink, I think, and then you put it in like the one with baking soda or baking powder, and it's blue. And
Mm-hmm.
so the acidic one, ferroplasma, and an acidophilic archaea. So acetophiles, by the way, this is what we're talking about.
Okay.
So the ferroplasma is found in environments such as acid mine drainage and acidic hot springs. Like nobody wants to be around an acid mine drainage.
No one wants to be in an acidic hot spring. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yep. And then alkaliophiles. So these are
Oh,
the base.
alkaline?
Thank you. Alkaline philes. Thank you. So these are the base side. So I'm doing the contrast here.
Okay.
Natronomanas are a group of alkaliphilic archaea normally found in soda lakes, characterized by high concentrations of sodium carbonate, which, by the way, carbonate is what Han Solo was frozen in Empire Strikes Back when he was later to be thawed out in Return of the Jedi.
Wait, he was later to be what?
He thawed out of the carbonate
Oh, okay.
in
I
Return of the Jedi,
right. That was creepy to
and he
me.
was like he couldn't see for a
That
while.
was really creepy.
So like these natronomas were like near all over his body when he froze
Hmm.
in Star Wars.
Do you know what else was really creepy to me as a child? When Princess Leia was chained up by that one guy.
Jabba the Hutt,
Thank you.
and she had barely any clothes on.
That was creepy.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
And then the trash compactor that was
That
gonna
was a great scene. Man, those movies are great. The little snake thing going around in there.
Yeah,
There was extremophiles in that trash compactor for
for
sure.
sure.
There was
Those would be
probably
the ones that
it
live in
was
high
probably the
altitude.
it was probably the Danococcus radiodurans, which I'm about to talk about.
Okay, tell me about it.
So, speaking of Danococcus radiodurans, there's other ones that live in high concentrations of metal or even high doses of radioactivity. Okay, this
Okay.
guy slash gal,
Hmm.
eh, they can be either. I think.
Sure,
I
I
think
understand.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right. It's the world's most. The Guinness Book of World says it is the most world's extremophile bacterium.
Wait, it's the world's
Oh,
most.
sorry, the world's most extremophile bacterium. Like
Why?
it's. I'm about to tell you.
Thank you.
As its name suggests, the bacterium can deal with radiation. It has been
Okay.
found in the inside walls of nuclear reactors, which is what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This bacterium could also survive cold, dehydration, vacuum states, acid, and it's more this is like it's better known as a poly extremophile because which is many different
So how
extremes.
do you kill it?
Not with that fucking 99.9% spray. You want 100% spray. You want some 100% bacteria killer if
Right.
you want.
Right. You know what this
So
reminds me of? It reminds me. I'm going back to Supernatural. So
that's fine.
I'm.
Which Supernatural, it's a movie on the it's a show that was had 4,000 episodes on the CW and it was about Supernatural. Go ahead.
In episode 2, I talked
You
about
actually remember the two? Oh, not episode 2 of the Supernatural. Episode 2. Okay.
podcast episode 2. I talked about Supernatural and I linked Elliot Ness to Supernatural.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to it again because this makes me think of the Leviathan season when they were trying to figure out how to kill Leviathans. And then remember they used that borax stuff
Oh
to
yeah.
like pour on it, and that like it was like the most random thing ever
Right.
that like hurt them.
Yeah.
So what if they found out that like apples hurt this
Right. But
bacteria,
it
but
can like live in nuclear
nuclear?
reactors, but it's yeah, that's funny.
That's funny.
All right. So this thing not only is it can it survive cold, dehydration, vacuum, radioactivity, and acid, it's even able to perform genetic transformation on itself. So recipient cells are able to repair DNA damage in donor transforming DNA. It can repair itself. Okay.
Oh my
DNA
god, that is like a Leviathan.
DNA transfers from one cell to another cell, followed by integration of the donor cell into the recipient cell chromosome. All that to be said is this thing is like unstoppable.
Right. So that's what's going to kill us.
Well, I am going somewhere with this eventually.
I'm
I don't think it's going to kill us, but I mean, it could. But one more thing I wanted to go over suspended animation. Now, this isn't necessarily an extremophile, but it has defenses that protect it from extreme environments. So I thought it was noteworthy. Let
okay.
me explain.
Okay.
There are also microbes that don't necessarily seek out the extreme conditions, which I'm repeating myself here,
And they just like live on this chair.
but that's a false memory, but can survive for periods of time in extreme environments. The most well known is the water bear. It's known as the water bear. It's tardigrada. When conditions become extreme, the water bear goes into a state of suspended animation or a fake death called cryptobiosis. It rolls up into a barrel-like shape, reduces its metabolism to 0.01% of its normal rate, and dries itself out on purpose. During this fake death, its body only contains about 3% of its normal water amount of water. In this state, the water bear can survive in a variety of extreme conditions for up to 10 years.
Why are we not studying this thing in people that have like cancer? We use some of these like features of it and put
I'm
put people in a hyper. I mean, because we're overpopulation. Never mind.
no, I don't. No, I don't think there's an answer to that. I'm sure they're studying it. It's fascinating.
But like this has to be some of these capabilities have to be used in like human.
Yeah,
Didn't
for
we
sure.
come from these things?
That's kind of where
Seriously.
I'm going with all this. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just asked some pointed questions about what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I think they're pointed. So yeah, it can survive extreme conditions for up to 10 years. As soon as the environment takes on a more normal state, the water bear says, okay, I'm coming back, absorbs moisture and comes back to life. This microbe even survived a journey into outer space for 10 days without any protection. This is where I'm going with this. So if it can, if that thing can like go into extreme hibernation, and then there's other ones that like can live anywhere, it's like, did did the life start on this planet, or do meteors crash into us and there's like this hibernated like bacteria on it, and then that is seeded onto the planet?
Mm-hmm.
Or did life start on this planet and then it was later seeded with this other stuff which caused other things to happen?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on here, and I don't think we know everything. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's. Are we still doing
I let
multiple
me
choice,
let me
right?
just say one more thing. I certainly do not know everything. Okay, now I'm done.
I think it was number 2.
Number 2.
I think something crashed into us that brought it here.
So like life was already here.
No.
Oh, like no life was here, and then that stuff kind of seeded the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. I mean, if it can
Where?
hibernate for that long or live in extreme environments, so like think about it. It has to be able to hibernate, has to be able to come in through our atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
not burn up. The beginning of the earth was super like right. It wasn't like a very fun environment, right? So
Right. Did we have like an ozone, an atmosphere for it to go through
oh
like
yeah,
that?
that's true. I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah,
Because didn't I hear at one point in time like something crashed into the earth and that's what caused the moon to form?
yeah. That's what the theory is.
That'd be a cool podcast to do.
It was a huge. Yeah, we should do a podcast on that. That would be a really cool one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a Mars-sized planet, I think.
Fuck.
That's how big of the collision it would have had to have been. But don't quote me on that, people, because I haven't done my Wikipedia research yet.
No, guys, we're literally just fucking around here.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fun.
All this shit could be fake too. I don't know.
We went really conspiracy on this episode.
Did we?
I like
Yeah, a
it.
little bit.
I
Yeah. All
like
right.
it.
All right.
I could go way deeper, but I would need to actually go do like some research.
We only got like an hour of prep time every week, so
Yeah, we got day jobs. Okay, that was so fun.
way to go.
Go team. I look forward to
I'll be a
next
better
week's.
boyfriend after these questions that you answered, and I
I am
appreciate it.
going to report back on whether
Oh, to see if I was actually one.
to everyone whether you are taking the advice. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you all for listening. That's a wrap for today. Remember, this is not just a podcast, it's an interactive experience. If you've got a burning topic you want us to try and butcher next, drop it in the comments below. And if we pick your brainchild, you might just find yourself sitting in the hot seat as our honorary guest host. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and follow us on all of our listening platforms. Until next time, stay curious.